Hey everyone, I wanted to make this video to showcase the voice actors at Pathios Productions. They all have done amazing work with the productions and continue to collaborate with me to bring these writings to life. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't have gotten this far. All contact info for each voice actor will be in the description, but you can also reach out to the Pathios Productions Instagram. I always make time to respond when I can.
The blessed are fleeing from our grasp. They deny. Some are attempting to take their own lives.
To Renee, the cold and ruthless environment brought forth a brutal nature, one which he was somewhat familiar with. As he approached the pit's entrance, he saw others. Their expressions of fear and confusion was a comfort in knowing he at least was not alone.
The embers swirling round my nose and cracked lips. Once, the flesh of dancing children and singing mothers burned my lungs with their memory. Was it worth it? I pondered. Was fighting the sun worth the dried, stiffened earth?
They cannot help you, Strog. No one can now.
Dragoon, this is Griffin, ready to praise the Emperor. Go ahead, Dragoon. Good copy. Zone 1, north to south. Void rounds, volume heavy. Suppression, hollow spot from Alpha. Hold on to your helmets, Dragoon.
The sword of the Father is born again. It has been forged from the guilt of the blessed soul which claimed it, thus surrendering herself to the capricious yet holy will of our miracle.
There is a small corner of the galaxy that lays undisturbed against the tides of war. Through heresy and hidden from the Emperor's light, it pales away in a stasis-like grasp of the warp. Time is non-existent there, as it shelters away, but one day it lured an Astartes who decided to become its sole protector. Though he was not immune to the effects of the war, as his mind spoiled in dark thoughts as new sensations began to influence him.
There was once a time of endless darkness, famine, plagues, and storms that tore the world apart. In desperation, humankind built a towering statue of a creature praying for salvation. Do you remember me? Should I not? You truly don't remember, do you? Oh, this will be a long day.
25,000 soldiers for a gain of a few miles. But it broke the will of the orcs, leading to their overall defeat. A hard-earned victory, but at a terrible price. The real heroes are the ones we left behind.
Why, certainly, I am capable with all galactic USB standards and digital program language.
No. I believe he is still busying himself with the Eastern fallback, which of course is why we are here. No, Rana is right. Across the fortress right now, reports are showing no other avenue of approach on the enemy's behalf. Our preparations were successful. They have yet to hit another gate.
Conrad, what brings your faithful presence on this day at this hour? Happiness is a fleeting thing. Would you agree? It simply greets us, and we are thoughtless in its pursuit. Narrative glanced about his chamber. Banners of deep lavender bearing the ankh of the Sinotech hung in rows from the ceiling as throngs of Necrontyr nobles of the Cenotech dynasty, attired in robes of midnight blue, suddenly stopped in their tracks. All stood in hushed silence, each noble reacting the same at his return. He could see their eyes brimming full of sorrow and concern. He turned away from them quicker than he did from the burning sun outside.
I am Faaiz. I am the architect of this civilization and the master of this world. You come here as broken and terrified mortals, leaving behind all you once knew.
Tau, the plans of the Laughing God are inscrutable. The universe is way more complex than what your science allows you to understand.
Galen Endek looked down at the glowing emerald display, showing identified elements of interest amid the mire beneath his feet. Visibly, he stood amidst the sand and stone of a desiccated, destroyed planet. Several years prior, a great battle had taken place here. Over 300 space marines, several million citizens of the Greater Imperium, and a vast horde of Xenos constructs made this planet a world of pain, destruction, and entropic hate.
All right, everyone, as rehearsed. If anything changes, I want to know. Santu, with me. Keep them afar. Santu, get Griffin on another run. Ugh! Santu, target zone Bravo now. That's where it's coming from.
Your tale is as old as the regiment you commanded. You have risen through the ranks, from aspiring guardsman of the 522nd Death Corps of Krieg to Lord Marshal, and you have been witness to the divine, have you not?
You tell everyone that, or just me? I don't know, I might have an idea. So it's true everyone you see has no family? That's weird. Thought people would be more prone to seeing someone with relatives nearby.
We might not know much about your kind, but I know you bring a curse upon us. Why did you come here, Eldar?
Panic clawed at his throat, his breath echoing hollowly in the sound-absorbing rock. "Sergeant," he croaked, his voice rasping. Sergeant Campos loomed above, his weathered face grim under the red glow of his litho stick. The faint hiss, the only sound besides their ragged breaths.
I'm Renee, and I hope we survive this. I hope to see home once more. I don't even know if my family is alive.
It would have been easier to hit them from afar. What's the plan, sir? Target located in Zone 1. Threat, warp entity. Ingress north of Zone 1. Egress south of Zone 1. Request void rounds, volume heavy. Effect suppression, hollow spot from Alpha. How copy?
Day had dawned cold and grey when the man turned aside from the main Yukon Trail. He climbed the high earth bank where a little travelled trail led east through the pine forest. It was a high bank, and he paused to breathe at the top. He excused the act to himself by looking at his watch. It was 9 o'clock in the morning. There was no sun, or promise of sun, although there was not a cloud in the sky. It was a clear day. However, there seemed to be an indescribable darkness over the face of things. That was because the sun was absent from the sky. This fact did not worry the man. He was not alarmed by the lack of sun. It had been days since he had seen the sun.
A tactician can unfold the hidden, turn over the stone to succeed. Take note of your caution, little peg, because many would assume their victory here without it.
I still have doubts. Rodel broke the silence as they carried themselves through thick mud and endless swamp. Wading further into dark waters, he half stumbled, cursing in Nostraman, nearly falling from hidden terrain that lay jagged beneath. Brutus found himself agreeing as he thought of the peculiar reports he had read of this world, and saw no value in its resources, as past millenniums exhausted the planet. Then again, Faaiz sowed complexity in every plan.
Do you think we are unwise to follow their demands?
The tone of question genuine as Damol reserved his thoughts on the matter.
She didn't deserve him. My inner voice was speaking to me, unbidden. It gnawed at me like a frayed piece of rope, plucking away at the strands of my self-control, reminding me of what I could lose and the source of my current and future sorrow. Hey, no, it's okay. I show up with only the expectation of providing comfort. My research is second to your needs. Everyone gets the same respect. I try not to grow callous in my research. Also, it's okay to be afraid. You won't believe how common it is. Well, that's only because the people there spread the story, and it gets difficult. Basically, the telephone game. I decided to cut that out quickly. I hope I am not late. Did Vlad already give the brief? I smell recaf. Is there recaf? Oh, Kaido! It has been months. Have you been promoted yet?
Arise, children, they said. Look on to your benefactor, O grandfather, the benevolent pestum vitae facte sumus. He who joys abundance. Arvus, Arvus, Arvus. We stray not from his grace. Arvus.
The prisoner, mouth clamped shut with durasteel studs and adamantium wire, writhed in his bonds, wanting desperately to escape, to chase the foe, to kill. Chaplain Erasmus, sorrowful and full of regret, witnessed the tragic form of Cleistus. He was once a noble member of their chapter, a savage warrior, a good friend. Incense masked the smell of freshly drawn blood, evidence of the prisoner's attempts to speak.
You tried to boil me alive. Aha! So the dwarf admits he volunteered. Oh! Didn't he say that? Right down he thanked us. He said we saved him the trouble of finding a bath. And he wanted bubbles and a ducky. Don't forget the ducky! Khul hada! Khul hada! Na! Ha! Nya! Ha! But the wind shifted. The birds fell silent. And in that stillness I knew the battle had already begun.
Honestly, Claire, she's such a loser that she doesn't even deserve to have a name, much less anything nice to wear. Ha! And nobody like her is lucky that she doesn't live in some alley. The only work you do is causing a ruckus. I can take care of myself. How did you know? But ere long, I felt myself getting pale and wished them gone. My head ached, and I fancied a ringing in my ears. But still they sat and still chatted. The ringing became more distinct. It continued and became more distinct. I talked more freely to get rid of the feeling, but it continued and gained definitiveness, until, at length, I found that the noise was not within my ears. No doubt I now grew very pale, but I talked more fluently.
The tape clicked on, spooling up to recording speed, as Severina Holst, well-respected archivist, writer, and purveyor of printed works across the Imperium, readied her meager desk in the confines of her interview room, once temporary hab module. The room was noise-deadened, as per her request.
I wish to bring light to this world, to change the reality you believe. Your world has never seen a god.
Thank you for taking some time out of your day to give these voice actors a listen. Be sure to leave a comment letting them know how much you enjoy their work, and I'd like to leave off by saying that at a later date I'll be making a video showcasing the services you can commission from Pathios Productions. Thanks once again.